Hello and welcome to another PlanetDestiny video. This is Patrick Casey, otherwise known as Holtzman, and today we'll be discussing the Bungie weekly update for November the 7th. In the past few weeks, their weekly updates have been a little bit lackluster. Fortunately, this one has a few very large bombshells. I'm just going to get right into the meat of it now. They are inbound with quote-unquote several bundles of joy in our hold. There are going to be many patches coming over the next few weeks, and here's some of the things that we have stated that we wanted and that are definitely coming in. Channels for talking to match-made teammates if you so wish. Many players have stated that they want to be able to talk to their teammates in the Crucible in a Tiger Strike, in one of those areas that, you just kind of get queued with random people. It'd be really nice to talk with them. This is something that I've been wanting for a very long time, so I can actually talk to people in my Crucible matches. I'm very excited that they're finally going to be implementing this. Now keep in mind, none of these things that I'm talking about here actually have a set in date. Rest assured that they are coming in the weeks ahead. Exotic weapons that are stronger and more interesting to upgrade. This is something that's very exciting to me since I already review many of the exotic weapons for PlanetDestiny. A lot of the exotic weapons I've given a very low rating because they're just simply bad. And some of the other ones I've given kind of a mediocre rating because they're okay, but they're just not that interesting to upgrade or use. Hopefully, this is going to be a very broad stroke to a lot of the exotics, not just Thorn and Bad Juju as they have mentioned. And hopefully this will bring a lot more character to those exotics to make some of them more fun to use and make it more of an interesting upgrade instead of going Icebreaker or Gallahorn for PvE. New gear to let you slip into something a little more legendary. Bungie already spoke about some of the gear that they're changing in the Iron Banner, so this may be a reference to that. It could also mean that there's some other more legendary, more exotic gear we really don't know. Could just be more gear coming in the future. And that which waits in the dark below. Later on in the article, they go to explain a few of the areas that we're going to be exploring in the dark below. Now, those are all things that we have asked for. And then they're going to go ahead and drop a few more things on us now. Here's some things that they have kept secret, but are just letting us know that they're going to be implementing. New shaders for your gear. This is going to be great. I see a lot of people just using Chatterwhite, or a lot of people using, Achilles, something like that. There's not a lot of shader choices in the game right now. Hopefully they'll be introducing more ways to get shaders, or just maybe make their shader vendor actually change stock every once in a while. She's had the same 4 shaders since the start of the game. Hopefully the ones that come in the Crypt Arc packages or from PvP or PvE rewards will be a little bit more often. I really hope that they actually implement a better system for storing shaders, because I'm pretty much full on all my characters. Ways to preview items before you spend your glimmer. Hopefully this means we're going to be able to see items on our character in better ways than are currently implemented. Also, maybe we'll be able to see items on different classes. They don't really go into specifics on this, but they're just kind of giving us an idea of what's coming. Greater chances of showers in public spaces. Most likely this means something along the lines of more public events, maybe some more different ones. I don't really know. Again, they're not very specific. Adjustments to some arenas that needed better traffic flow. This is fantastic for me. I love playing Crucible, and it's really unfortunate when you get on blind watch and spawn in at A point. 99% of the time you're going to lose that match. Really big game design thing, which I know Bungie knows how to do, so I'm just going to trust that they do this correctly. New economies to equip you with upgrade materials. I am just ecstatic about this. I have multiple characters that need just multiple armors leveling up, and the real roadblock isn't the Ascendant materials, isn't the Hadronic essences. It's simply getting those materials out from the worlds, having to run the same loop for hours on end to get, the 200 relic iron I need. I'm really interested to see what other ways they're going to add to allow us to actually get these materials. It should be a huge burden off a bunch of the players. Fixes, patches, and other invisible technical evolutions. There's been a lot of disconnect errors. Later on in the article, they talk about some of the new disconnect errors that people are having, some of the fixes that they're going to be implying. So there's going to be a lot of invisible stuff that we just don't see, or maybe we just don't notice until we say, hey, you know what, I haven't been disconnected at all this week. Finally, they end on maybe even a more generous Crypt Arc, he'll still be sort of a bastard, in parentheses. I'm really hoping this implies some changes to how he takes care of legendary engrams, even though he's already leaps and bounds better from what he originally was. I'm really hoping that legendary engrams always turn into legendaries. It's very, very disappointing to get a legendary engram as a ward from the Nightfall, and it turns into 2 Ascendant Shards. Really hoping legendaries turn to legendaries, because it'll just mean, you know, if people keep getting these engrams, they're going to experience more weapon types, different play styles, and then, you know, they may discover that, hey, I actually like using hand cannons. Again, we don't really know what they're saying by a more generous Crypt Arc. This is just one of the things that I was talking about in my other videos. Hopefully they heard about it through some of the other community areas, and we can finally get a decent Crypt Arc. They then go on to say that these are the broad strokes, though. There's going to be more details coming in dev notes, patch notes, and love notes on the forum to explain more specifically what they mean, why they're doing this, and how it will all go down. Finally, they show us some images of some of the places that we're going to be able to go to in the Dark Below. Some of them are currently accessible in the game, others are not. We actually have some video of some of these areas that you can check out on our channel. He lists the areas as follows. In the Cosmodrome, there's the Seraphim's Vault. Eons old crypts of the inscrutable power and knowledge lie in wait for the seasoned explorer. This is an area that's currently accessible through a few glitches in the Forgotten Shore. Also in the Cosmodrome, there's going to be the Jovian Complex, something that we could get into in the beta. I don't know if we can get into it in the current game, but this is going to be the area where I believe Rasputin is kind of hanging out. One of the other areas is the Hypogeum. We have a video of exploring this. You can currently get into it in the game. It's very simple, but this is going to be on Mars, and it's kind of built in tandem to the Black Garden. It's a very interesting place to go explore. Finally, they show us an image of the Moon's Hive interior, the Chamber of Night. This is going to be one of the DLC areas. We don't know if it's going to be in part of the raid or one of the strikes. Looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting area. There's giant bones from a long-lost dead being. I can't wait to actually go explore some of these areas.